Kenya is optimist of fresh polls in South Sudan at the end of the implementation of a new power-sharing deal between President Salva Kiir and his former Vice President Riek Machar expected to last 3 years. Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Monica Juma Wednesday said she was upbeat that an 8-month pre-transition period will be concluded on schedule in order to pave way for the implementation of the deal inked on August 5 in Khartoum, Sudan. The transition period is expected to last 8 months, after which the implementation of the agreement is supposed to take 36 months. If the talks in the pre-transition period end before 8 months, it is envisaged that the 36 months will be pushed forward, she said while briefing journalists on Kenya's international engagements. It is envisaged that by the end of the 36 months we should be in a place to organize an election in South Sudan, the CS told reporters at her office in Nairobi. According to the CS, the Intergovernmental Authority on Development-led IGAD process that midwifed the peace deal had narrowed down of 10 sticking issues based on which Kiir and Machar were engaged. There were 5 issues on security and 5 on governance, she said. South Sudan's parliament has voted twice extending presidential and parliamentary terms by amending the transitional constitution adopted when the nation gained independence from Sudan in 2011. The 2 votes effectively put on hold scheduled elections on July 9, 2015, and July 9, 2018. The CS said Kenya sent governance experts to Khartoum to draft a specific governance structure which will guide the implementation of a 36-month unity regime in Juba. Prior to her comments, the United Kingdom, United States, and Norway had raised concerns over what they termed as substantial challenges that lay ahead of the implementation of the peace agreement. The 3 nations said arrangements agreed upon in Khartoum were non-realistic and unsustainable in a joint statement last week Friday. Considerable challenges lie ahead, and we are concerned that the arrangements agreed to date are not realistic or sustainable. Given their past leadership failures, South Sudanese leaders will need to behave differently and demonstrate commitment to peace and good governance, the joint statement read in part. The UK, US, and Norway encouraged IGAD to ensure the free participation all stakeholders including youth, women, and religious organizations so as their interests are safeguarded. The process should culminate in free, fair, and credible elections, and allow for a peaceful transition in leadership in the most expeditious and responsible manner, they urged. Further, they asked for development of clear plans for the transition period to address the utilization of resources and accountability. They also urged for meaningful checks on executive power during the transition. We call on the parties to develop clear and realistic governance and security timelines and plans for the transition period, and on the IGAD member states and the African Union, to continue and intensify their involvement in the implementation phase of any agreement, UK, US, and Norway implored. The 3 acknowledged reduction in fighting in Juba as the most serious confidence-building measure of all.